The housing bribe, unscrupulous, launched with fanfare as the silver bullet to Kenya's housing crisis. Despite protests over salary deductions with no direct benefits, the affordable housing program is fast turning into President William Ruto's political carrot. His latest pledge to hand teachers 20% of the units has raised fresh questions on whether there are any rules on how these houses are allocated. Of course, there are two different quotes of two different occasions. First, on August 28th at State House, when he said this to Harambee Stars, you will get 1 million shillings on a 2-bedroom house from affordable housing. Is that okay? In case you move beyond semis, I will upgrade the house offer to 3-bedroom. And then also the recent one that is just a few hours ago, where President Ruto assured teachers that he's, and I quote, "Today we are going to sign an MOU for teachers to get 20% of affordable housing units across the country. That is how we change a nation. That is how you change a nation."
Sana Sheila kwa taarifa hiyo. Kwingineko ni kwamba aliyekuwa naibu wa rais Rigathi Gachagua ametangaza rasmi azma yake ya kuwania urais mwaka 2027. Akizungumza katika kaunti ya Nyeri, Gachagua amemshutumu Rais William Ruto kwa kushindwa kutimiza matarajio ya wananchi na akaahidi kurejesha heshima.
Katika kanisa la PCEA Ringo County ya Nyeri, Rigathi Gachagua Jumapili ya leo alitafuta baraka za kiroho na zile za kisiasa, akiwa ameandamana na viongozi wa kitaifa na wa eneo hilo. Kiongozi wa chama cha DCP alitangaza kuwa yuko tayari kuwania urais kwa kishindo.
Why does Rigathi Gachagua want to be president? I don't want to promise you lies that I'll build roads, I'll build dams, I'll connect electricity. Those are lies. The country is almost broke. We have a debt of 12 trillion. So telling people I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that, ni uongo. Mchungaji umesema I'm a truthful man. If Kenyans elect me as president, Mungu akikubali, I don't want to promise lies to the people of Kenya. I want to do only one thing: to restore the Kenyan state to where Mwai Kibaki left us.
Gachagua amemshutumu Rais William Ruto kwa sera kandamizi, ukosefu wa usalama na kuendeleza ufisadi, akiahidi kuwa atabuni sera ya uwazi na utendakazi.
Few things we want to do only: make sure we restore our health system, that when you go to hospital there are drugs.
Akiendelea kulenga sera za serikali, Gachagua amekemea utekaji nyara, mauaji kinyume cha sheria na kupanuka kwa pengo la kijamii. Hata hivyo, hakusita kumpa jibu Rais William Ruto baada ya kumkejeli kuhusu elimu yake.
When we look at the one saying how educated he is, in 3 years, the things he has done: abductions and extrajudicial killings, theft of public resources.
Gachagua aliandamana na naibu kiongozi wa chama cha DCP Cleophas Malala, naibu gavana wa Nyeri Kinaneri na viongozi wengine, anapoendelea kutafuta uungwaji mkono zaidi mashinani. Kadri anavyojiandaa kuzindua kampeni zake rasmi, Rigathi Gachagua ameonekana kujipambanua kama kiongozi mbadala wa Rais Ruto, akiahidi usalama, heshima na serikali isiyo na ufisadi.
Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has declared a shift from traditional campaign promises, saying his focus will be on tackling Kenya's crippling debt and stabilizing the economy. Gachagua says his mission is to follow in the footsteps of the late President Mwai Kibaki and reverse key policies introduced by President William Ruto, including the housing levy. With that particular report is Melita Oletenkes.
A day after officially announcing his presidential bid, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua seems to be hitting the road running, taking a swipe at critics who said he had no clear vision for the country. The former Deputy President says he's shifting away from traditional campaign rhetoric and is instead driven by a singular mission.
I don't want to promise you lies that I'll build roads, I'll build dams, I'll connect electricity. Those are lies. The country is almost broke. We have a debt of 12 trillion. So telling people I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that, ni uongo. I want to do only one thing: to restore the Kenyan state to where Mwai Kibaki left us.
Aligning himself with the script of leadership of the late President Kibaki, Gachagua vowed to reverse the controversial taxation measures imposed by the Ruto administration.
Regarding Gachagua will restore the dignity of the payslip by scrapping the first day the housing levy and handing over all those houses to the county governments to manage them, collect rents, and pay back all those whose money was deducted.
Gachagua has also hit back at his former boss for undermining his education and administrative acumen.
Mwai Kibaki, the greatest president Kenya has ever had, a great man, very focused economist, went to the prestigious Makerere University for his bachelor's degree. Later on, he went to the London School of Economics for master's. In his 10 years presidency, Mwai Kibaki never took the microphone to lecture the people of Kenya about how educated he was. He never. Yet, the things he did, everybody can see.
Gachagua questioned the achievements of the current administration, insisting that even with a professor as deputy president, the government has been marred by instability and scandal.
When we look at the one saying how educated he is, in 3 years, the things he has done, abductions and extrajudicial killings, theft of public resources, destruction of the health system, destruction of the education system, gangs and militias harassing women all over. That, to him, is a benefit of education.
The following election, Raila on one side, Kalonzo, and the other side now, Ruto leaves Raila, joins Uhuru. Now after Uhuru has gone, Uhuru now leaves Ruto, he joins Raila. Raila now, after Uhuru has left, Raila was on one side with Uhuru, the other side was William Ruto, Mudavadi, and the rest. Raila has left Uhuru, now he's with William Ruto. And the circus continues. It's a game of musical chairs. That's what I'm telling you people. What makes you think the people who have served in the same cabinet cannot work together after election? And they pretend to say that we are doing this so that we stabilize the country. But they are the same monkeys, the same forest.
So it's safe to say that these buildings are political cousins?
Yeah.
But then
Because what explains to you that it is so quick that we were following one coalition, think it is a change? Then they quickly work with the other coalition so fast because they have worked together before. So that's why we say these have been part of our problem, because we paralyze the nation. We say one area against the other, and the two people easily come together to work. And they don't work together to solve anything. The next election again, the circle repeats.
So guys, kuna beef nimepatana nayo na sijui kama umepatana nayo. So kuna hii beef ya Rigiji na Must Go. Na beef ni ya nini? Must Go amesema publicly that if you want to succeed, you should choose a deputy who is more learned than you. Na akasema eti ule mwenye nilikuwa na yeye hakuwa amesoma. So mwenye hajasoma akakubali akasema ni ukweli mimi sijasoma, lakini yeye mwenye amesoma akona PhD ya uongo. Akona degree ya uauaji. Na akona diploma ya corruption and mismanagement. And you know what? I concur. In fact, I agree. I second. Mine is just to echo. Hey, anyway. One time. And please drain that swamp. We need the swamp drained. Na hiyo dasenye tutatumia tutupe huko.
President Rigathi Gachagua has hit back at his former boss, President William Ruto, who questioned his academic and leadership credentials. Gachagua, who attended a church service together with his allies at PCA Ruringu in Nyeri, said he is ready to face President Ruto on the ballot in the 2027 elections. Jeff Kirui reports.
President William Ruto's mockery of Rigathi Gachagua's level of education and competence during his tenure as deputy president has yet again opened another front of confrontation between the two leaders. Gachagua in response launched a scathing attack on President William Ruto.
He has a PhD in lies and deception. He has masters in corruption, theft, and bribery. Bachelor's degree in abduction, extrajudicial killing, and ordering for people to be shot in the leg. The man has a diploma in mismanagement and destruction of working institutions. And he has a certificate in wash, tribalism, and dividing the mountain.
Even though the united opposition is working on a formula to agree on the flag bearer in the upcoming polls, former DP Rigathi Gachagua insists he is the only opposition candidate who can unseat President Ruto in the 2027 general election.
Na mtazamaji, na aliyekuwa naibu rais Rigathi Gachagua amezidi kumkashifu Rais William Ruto na serikali yake, akitaja uongozi wake kama unaofuga ufisadi. Akizungumza katika kaunti za Kiambu, Murang'a na Nyeri, Gachagua amesema kuwa eneo la Mlima Kenya alitampigia kura tena Rais Ruto, akisema kuwa aliwacheza shere. Steven Leto na taarifa hiyo.
Rais Ruto na serikali ya Kenya Kwanza wakiadhimisha miaka mitatu uongozini, kinara wa chama cha DCP Rigathi Gachagua alielekea katika kaunti za Mlima Kenya na kuendelea kukosoa serikali ya Rais Ruto. Gachagua akielekeza vijembe kuhusu vizururu ya mikutano ya Ikulu na kuzitaja kuwa mikutano za ufisadi.
Jana aliita watu hapa Murang'a watu 5,000. Si ndio? Akawahonga na kila mtu shilingi 10,000. Ate watu wa Murang'a wapigie Kasongo kura. Inawezekana?
Chama cha DCP kikijipiga kifua kuwa ndicho simba Mlima Kenya.
I want to tell you William Ruto, sisi tulikuchagua tukakupenda. Umeamua kutukana jamii ya wa Mlima. Mimi nakuambia William Ruto, hakuna kura utafikisha hata 1,000 hapa Murang'a.
Wale wote uliokuwa nao State House ni wafuasi wa Rigiji. Na hata wakiwa hapo State House walikuwa wanasema one.
Naibu kinara wa chama hicho Cleophas Malala amesema kuwa kinara wake ndiye mwenye uwezo wa kumuondoa Rais Ruto mamlakani.
Na mkiangalia kwa hao watu wote, yule mtu wako na nguvu, yule mtu wako na muscles, yule mtu wako na akili ni huyu Rigathi Gachagua.
Hata hapa Murang'a amemwambia vijana wengine hapa watengeneza kahuirubaro, watu wajifiche hapo, wanajifanya hawataki Kasongo, lakini ni watu ya Kasongo na ni huirubaro ya Kasongo.
We cannot be saying Ruto must go, then think of Gachagua to become president. You know, it's like you say you don't want to suffer from cholera, you prefer typhoid.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mingi. All I want to say is Ruto must go, like yesterday. Bye.
Straight up Kenya, proud to be Kenya. How we rockin', how we bring it all out. Kenya, just the way we love it, how we keep it tight. Kenya, we eat, sleep, Kenya, behaviors of Kenya. Now city ladies know how to put it out. Kenya, how we rockin', how we bring it all out. Kenya, straight up Kenya, proud to be Kenya. How we rockin', how we bring it all out. Kenya.
Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.